Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, small plane lands in North Conway, confirmed after experiencing engine trouble. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating after a small plane landed in a cornfield Monday morning in North Conway. Rescue crews said the Cassian 150 aircraft came down in a cornfield off West Side Road around 10:35 a.m. The pilot reported a loss of engine power according to the FAA. The plane's aircraft registered number is N7157X. No injuries have been reported. Trial begins for Nashua woman accused of killing daughter. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR.
Caitlin Marin faces charges of second-degree murder and manslaughter for allegedly beating her 3-year-old daughter Brielle Gage to death in November of 2014. During opening arguments at her trial this morning in Nashua, prosecutors addressed motive.
She inflicted this brutal and cruel attack on her 3-year-old daughter because Brielle wet herself at night and because Brielle went to the kitchen looking for food. Instead of consoling Brielle in the middle of the night, the defendant became enraged and attacked Brielle, delivering blow after blow.
Marin chose a bench trial, meaning it will be up to a judge, not a jury, to decide whether or not she is guilty. Prosecutors say Marin beat her child over the course of several days, inflicting more than 50 injuries, and then lied to police, often changing her story about what happened to the youngster.
These injuries are not from a seizure, or a fall down the stairs, or falling on herself, or roughhousing. The medical evidence will demonstrate that all of the defendant's varying accounts are lies.
But defense lawyers say this is all about doubt, trying to lay the blame at the feet of Marin's former fiancé, who will be a key state's witness.
Judge, this case isn't about whether or not a homicide took place. Like George Hiroshi did. The question to the court is who committed the act.
Testimony in the trial is expected to last about 10 days. Reporting live in Nashua, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Police investigate possible horse neglection case in Dalton. Police are investigating a possible case of animal neglection in Dalton. Officers said they received numerous complaints on Saturday about horses that were in need of help. 10 horses were voluntarily surrendered after their owner met with officers. A veteran and representative from New Hampshire Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The horses range in age from 1 year to 16-year-old, and their conditions varied. SPCA officials will test them for Parkinson's and diseases, treat any conditions, and provide vaccinations and dental care. The organization based in Stratham is seeking help from the public in paying for the cost of the helping the horses. Investigators did not comment on the condition of the animals. Further details will be available soon. Donald Trump proposes extreme vetting for immigrants with ideological screening test. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
And on select Subaru models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through August 31st.
If I become president, the era of nation building will be brought to a very swift and decisive end. My administration will aggressively pursue joint and coalition military operations to crush and destroy ISIS, international cooperation to cut off their funding, expanded intelligence sharing, and cyber warfare to disrupt and disable their propaganda and recruiting. Their recruiting is taking place right now, and they're setting records. It's got to be stopped. We cannot allow the internet to be used as a recruiting tool and for other purposes by our enemy. We must shut down their access to this form of communication, and we must do it immediately. My administration will not telegraph exactly military plans and what they are. The fight will not be limited to ISIS. We will decimate Al-Qaeda, and we will seek to starve funding. Military, cyber, and financial warfare will all be necessary to dismantle Islamic terrorism. But we must use ideological warfare as well. A new immigration policy is needed immediately and as well. Clearly, new screening procedures are needed. A Trump administration will establish a clear principle that will govern all decisions pertaining to immigration. And we will be tough. And we will be even extreme. We should only admit into this country those who share our values and respect our people. The time is overdue to develop a new screening test for the threats we face today. I call it extreme vetting. I call it extreme vetting. Our country has enough problems. We don't need more, and these are problems like we've never had before. We must also screen out any who have hostile attitudes toward our country or its principles, or who believe that Sharia law should supplant.
Okay, and there you go on that report of Donald Trump speaking today. He spoke today around 2 p.m.-ish. Gunmen abducted people from Mexican resort city restaurant. Armed men abducted multiple people from an upscale restaurant in the popular Mexican beach resort of Puerto Vallarta, authorities said Monday. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.